Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are in A Course in Miracles workbook for students. We are on lesson 175 in part 1 of the workbook. God is but love, and therefore so am I. 159. I give the miracles I have received. God is but love, and therefore so am I. 160. I am at home. Fear is the stranger here. God is but love, and therefore so am I. We'll have a separate meditation, 15 minutes, 15 to 30, really 5 to 30, whatever works for you, and then an hourly remembrance on the hour. And this is Robert Perry and Alan Watson's commentary. 175, June 24th. Central theme, of course, is God is but love, and therefore so am I, which is review of lesson 159, I give the miracles I have received, and 160, I am at home. Fear is the stranger here. I'm going to go ahead and read paragraph 7 of the introduction. Review 5, introduction. So if you will just bear with me. My resurrection comes again each time I lead a brother safely to the place at which the journey ends and is forgot. I am renewed each time a brother learns there is a way from misery and pain. I am reborn each time a brother's mind turns to the light in him and looks for me. I have forgotten no one. Help me now to lead you back to where your journey was begun and make another choice with me. All right, so paragraph 7 of the review. You know, from the way Jesus talks in the first sentence, it sounds like this is something he has experienced more than once. My resurrection comes again each time I lead a brother safely to the place at which the journey ends and is forgot. I'd certainly like to think that there have been more than just him. It would be disheartening if he were the only one so far. I think today that there have probably been far more than we realize who have reached the journey's end with him. Sometimes we wonder why there seem to be so few in this world who seem to have made it. But if I think about it, it seems to me that this world is the last place we're likely to find such people. I'm just glad that Jesus, at least, has decided to hang around and be a savior with those he teaches. Actually, the Course implies that there are others as well. See section 26 of the manual. Can God be reached directly? First 2 paragraphs. There is something uplifting about the idea that when I learn, in some circumstance, the way out of misery and pain, that Jesus is renewed. Actually, of course, that is true of all of us. Every one of us is renewed when a brother learns the way out of pain. Everyone we touch with a miracle enriches us when they receive it. When anyone shares an account of a miracle in their life, everyone who hears is renewed. That is what makes the sharing so refreshing. My own walk with God is strengthened every time I realize that something I have said helps someone. The Course often says that those we help us, that our brothers see in us more than we can see in ourselves. That is how we learn to remember what we are. Let me remember today that every time I turn my mind to the light within myself and look for him, Christ is reborn. This is how the second coming happens. See workbook part 2, what is the second coming? When we all have given our minds wholly to Christ, the second coming will be complete. Each time I turn to the light within, I bring it nearer. Each time today that I remember God is but love, and therefore so am I hasten that day. Each time I choose to give the miracles I have received, each time I remember that myself and not fear is at home in me, Christ is reborn in the world. No one has been forgotten. I love Marianne Williamson's line, God hasn't lost your file. I like to imagine the hustle and bustle in the heavenly office, with all sorts of entities working on my behalf, all unknown to me, planting little clues where I'll find them, arranging for me to meet the right people, stumble over the right books, and go through experiences I need to go through. But all of this needs my cooperation. The last sentence is almost paradoxical, stating that Jesus needs my help to lead me back to where the journey was begun. But it makes sense, for as the Course says all along, the one essential is my willingness. He leads me. He doesn't force me. My help consists in being willing to follow, stopping now and then to listen for directions, and in doing the practice He gives me to do. I notice that He is leading me backwards to where the journey began in order that I can make another choice. All of His work with me is to take me back to that moment when I made the wrong choice, so that I can make it differently. Nothing then is irrevocable. Even the pivotal choice that began the nightmare can be undone, and will be undone, and has been undone. He is leading us up the ladder that separation led us down. Text chapter 8, section 3. Each mistaken choice that I allow Him to undo today is another step back up the ladder to the memory of my original state, to the memory of the fact that God is but love, and therefore so am I. We give the miracles we have received, and as we do, we remember we are at home, and it is fear that is the stranger. Thank you for joining with me for this daily lesson. A Course in Miracles, Lesson 175. God is but love, and therefore so am I. I give the miracles I have received. I am at home. Fear is the stranger here. Please join me for my meditation. Thank you.